Yesterday, the value of XRP was higher than that of BlackRock. Since then, it has barely gone down in value, making it the market winner. But things have changed since then. BlackRock, on the other hand, should let everyone know that they have filed for a spot exchange-traded fund. Keep your honor and respect high. Not that I mean it. On the other hand, that does make sense, right? If you could tell me in the comments below if you believe that, that would be great. I mean, it makes great sense to me. You are looking at a bunch of different ETF files that come from a bunch of different AUM. On top of that, you know that those asset managers are actually BlackRock's rivals. In case you were asking, they should fill out an application for an exchange-traded fund ETF. No matter what, XRP troops, I'm glad to see you back on the crypto channel. There is a lot of red around us. If you had looked at my H-bar report, you would have seen that for sure. As the new week starts, it's clear that there is a lot of red in the world. Additionally, since we're talking about new weeks, it's clear that today is the first day of the last week of August. That is, of course, something that can never be forgotten. Even so, you should know that XRP's price has dropped almost 3% in response to the market as a whole. It is now worth about 2.94 USD, an amount less than zero has been lost. 4% in the value of Bitcoin, which is worth 174 billion, 90 billion Bitcoins right now. Because of this, I said that the price we are selling at now is less than what BlackRock is worth on the market. From now on, I think we will make a wave over that because this is the third or fourth time we have quickly gone above BlackRock's value. This is because we are going through a small decline right now. But I think we will finally make a wave bigger than that. A little over $6.55 billion worth of XRP is exchanged every single day. That being said, let's clear up something first before we get any further fuel. Sadly, this station doesn't have any information that can help you with your money. Just like with any other investment, you should always do your own study before putting any money into cryptocurrency. U.S. stocks that bought Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, lost $17 billion last week. This was the second biggest loss for these stocks since the ETFs went public. The truth is that this doesn't surprise me at all. The way this was written doesn't surprise me, which the government is making things even harder. At the moment, all of Bitcoin's value is being put into other cryptocurrencies, especially Ethereum. Another way to say this is that if you look more closely, you will see that a lot of whales are changing their Bitcoin into Ethereum. This is the reason why this doesn't surprise me. Following on, Metaplanet, a Bitcoin treasury company, has announced that they have been added to the FT, specifically the FTSE Japan Index, due to their good performance in the second quarter. There will be passive capital coming into the Bitcoin markets through the use of a funnel, and standard investors will be able to trade in Bitcoin in a roundabout way. An assistant to President Trump, who works in cryptography named David Bailey, said that there won't be another Bitcoin bear market for a few years. A very interesting subject. Could it be that Bitcoin is beginning to happen less often than every 4 years? Is it possible that those big changes that were made will not happen anymore? Even though I'm scared of it because of all the losses we're seeing, I think it makes sense. Pay attention to the flows that are happening. But I'm sure that right now there is more desire than supply. There is a chance that those of you who watch the show every day already know this, as I have said it before. As I've been saying for a long time, Bitcoin prices will not be as crazy as they are now if banks start to back the cryptocurrency. Besides those things, you can start to hear David Bailey talk about that right now. Without a question, time is the most important thing. Still, it would be great if you could share your ideas below this sentence. In the end, I think that projects that are open about rules and have demand from institutions other than Bitcoin might also end up doing the same thing. It's clear that we will have to wait and see what happens when it comes to long-term possibilities. Now is the time for you to do the study that you need to do. But it's very important that you don't forget about your exit plan. It is very important that you do that. Also, if you want to make sure you make some money this year, you need to stick to your plan and avoid losing any wins. If you want to make investments that you will keep for a long time, you should always do your study and only put money into them that you can afford to lose. After something like that, the most important thing is to be patient. This is what Remix says about it. According to predictions, the stablecoin market, which is worth around $300 billion right now, will grow a lot and could hit a $1.25 trillion by 2028. It will only be 2.5 years away, and some people think it could hit 2.8 trillion by 2028. Stablecoins are growing very quickly because of changes in regulations, such as the US Genius Act, and the growing use of fintech. This is because stablecoins are quickly becoming an important part of the world's banking systems. The fact that this is true shows that stablecoins are very important for keeping financial ecosystems stable and giving liquidity. The next wave of adoption will be driven by demand from institutions and utilities, and Ripple is in a great situation to take advantage of this prospect. If you follow Reese Merrick on X, you'll be able to read and watch the whole story. You can also choose to quickly read the tweet. According to Nate, this post is very helpful. What do you know? I agree with this to a big extent. What amazes me is how many trader investors like to put down Bitcoin investors. The implication is that you should deal with and challenge the conventional part of the problem. You should know that those buyers don't usually feel good about cryptocurrency. In addition, I think it's because they either don't understand the results or are jealous of them. At this point, we might disagree about who will win and who will lose, but Bitcoin is here to stay. Besides that, I don't know what to say. In every way, I agree with it. In the last 15 months, there have been a lot more trades on the cryptocurrency market than on the stock market. There are some people I know who have never even heard of cryptocurrency. I'm talking about how much my son Us.Thankx used to talk about how much he loves things like Bitcoin. At the moment, people are calling me and telling me, Us.Thankx, you were 100% right, my friend. My friend, you didn't mess up. It would have been better if we had talked about Bitcoin and Ethereum earlier. This only shows how quickly things are moving forward, though. Take a look at this, please. HSBC says that the time frame for using cryptocurrencies has shortened because regulators have made their rules easier and artificial intelligence has become more advanced. As a result of the Genius Act and the Clarity Act, all players will become rich. It has been less time since cryptocurrencies were accepted. There are a lot of things going on in this field. Let us look at this. 82% of the people Morgan Stanley asked admitted that they do not own any cryptocurrency. Dan thinks that this bull market will keep going. In the long run, there is some risk with both Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's important to remember that. In this cycle, all of these things will reach new highs in terms of price and power compared to the year 2020. In 2026, things will go really well. A positive view for the year 2026 is something I look forward to. From a historical point of view, that time should have marked the start of the bear market. There has been a change in the regulatory landscape, and you are seeing more interest from institutions. Once more, guys, please be careful. Weeds.